TES has better scaling. They have better late game insurance. The one good thing that Damwon does have going for them is that everything on the side of TES sort of has to interact in a short range melee close quarter combat, and that does grant Kalista a little bit of benefit.
An Aatrox.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I can see you kind of reaching there towards the end. You're like, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of an edge there, you could say. But it definitely does feel like top esports draft on gaming heading on to the Rift. Hana do a set. Damwon fighting. 1, 2, 3 Jayo. I know they say Jayo. I don't know what the build up to the Jayo is on the LPL side. But
There's no fan. There's no fan chance
I'm
here.
a fan. I can do it. I think everybody's eyes are going to be on this Nidalee for sure that you were talking about before. Very curious. I mean, this is a totally new patch. We're on 10-10. It's 3 patches after the last time we saw pro play in the Asian regions. And we do see that Damwon are going to be looking for a little bit of a level 1 engage. Or invade, rather. A little bit of a late one.
Well, it looks like Showmaker might just go over the wall on Sylas, and he will. And the Nidalee Spear does not end up hitting. Damwon going with the late invade. Olaf going to do a solo blue start. Now, Jackie Love and Yuumi taking a little bit of damage there.
It's going to be smited, too, by Canyon. He says, I'm not going to waste any time taking damage. The Nidalee farm in the jungle, not the easiest one. I think if you're a lower-level player, new player, I don't think you can just watch this game and say, oh, I get it, let's hop into the jungle. You're probably going to die. So take notes of what Canyon is doing and how he does have to clear the jungle.
And you can see that he's actually full clearing Karsa's entire red side. And maybe expecting that he wants to go bot lane for some sort of coordinated dive here with Beryl and Ghost. Now, when we looked at the runes, there's always the polarity that exists between the Varus and Yuumi players sometimes, where Varus has the Scorch and Yuumi has Gathering Storm.
They're level 1. Canyon's level 3. This should be the easy first blood there, as Canyon is going to just hop away. Nearly even lands a spear on his way out as a little bit of a fadeaway. That's not something you see very often. Every summoner blown except the TP here from Jackie Love, who is going to use that to get back to the lane, but a nice little start for the Nidalee jungle, getting that bottom lane ahead.
At the end of the day, though, it's not super terrible for TS, and I know that sounds really weird, but it's mostly because the death timer is so short and Varus has teleport that he just comes right back in. He doesn't really lose any minion or any EXP from the minions. So Canyon comes in. Now, Ghost also missed 4 CS on this wave, and I believe the cannon was included in that. So at the end of it, I mean, Jackie Love in the CS department, I mean, he's doing fine. So it's really just that first blood kill and assist gold that ends up happening down there in bottom. So it's a nice little start, though, for Damwon. Nidalee has the machete and the talisman. Olaf likewise. And Canyon is going to have his blue side jungle stolen away here by Olaf.
Yeah. Seems like they just have the information that says, well, he didn't come over to the right side jungle. I'm just going to come in here and take it away. Canyon going for the Raptors. And will look towards the top side, but the Orc's not there, so no gank attempts or anything like that. We're also taking a look at the mid lane. We were talking about Sylas and the Ornn as what we would probably see. Didn't end up happening. The Sylas comes into the mid lane, and we saw him having a little bit of trouble there earlier on in the lane. He's going to be able to get it back here this time around, though. He's got the teleport advantage as well, so he can try to sustain and just try to get as much farm as possible against that menace that is the LeBlanc.
And interestingly enough, this is one of the cool times where we get to watch Ornn actually just completely dictate the flow of the top lane here against the Aatrox. He already got a reset off. He has double cloth armor refillable. Has all of his mana replenished. Wave coming into him. Lined up very well for his jungler. And this is always really nice to see. He's pulling the wave as his jungler would path towards the top side. Nuggery forced to flash away, and now Ornn has the option to just pull the wave and then freeze it and then laugh at the Aatrox.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool story that you can end up telling up in top lane.
No, notice Nuggery, he stays. He's not going to recall. He has teleport, but he says, no, I'm going to lose too much if I go back, heal up. I could TP back into a gank. And I think he saw Olaf run down the lane and not into the river. So he says, okay, you know, I can't get ganked right away. And for you guys who do watch the LCK, you know that Nuggery is a guy that loves to take risks. If he's like, okay, there's a chance that he's not going to gank me here, I'm just going to go back in the lane. If I die, fine. That's who I am. That's his identity, and that could definitely happen here as he is going to flash on, but here come the TPs. He's going to survive for a long amount of time, and Karsa should be going down here. Showmaker with the TP himself is going to be able to trade it up 1-for-1, but of course that is the teleport in trade. So, seems pretty good at the end of the day still for top esports as LeBlanc just going to come on in here, and now we do have a lane swap actually, as now that Aatrox is going to go mid.
So they finally got it. Took him a little bit. Didn't quite get it in draft select, but here we are. Teleport the Aatrox into mid. He has the Kindle Gem and a longsword, but already the pacing of the game is not quite what Damwon would have wanted to have happen. And I love it. I love the itemization out of Ornn. Immediately rushes the Bramble Vest. Now he just needs to keep locating the Aatrox. Actually, apparently they're just going to do it voluntarily, so we can just throw that one out the window. So Nuggery's going to return to his demise in top lane and continue to just get pulverized by Ornn. And it's really nice to see. Not only is 369 playing the early levels 1 through 4 really well against the Aatrox, he's playing the follow-up sequences to the lane the way that you should be intending to. And it's always nice to see Aatrox get pulled.
Yeah, it's fun.
Take it away, Velvet.
Just like Ornn is taking it away from Aatrox. And it's going to be fun stuff there. It's kind of funny that they do voluntarily send him back, but maybe that's Nuggery saying, okay, I'll take the early game deficit. It's okay. And we could see a little bit of a dive here. We do have a level 6 Olaf and Ghost, pretty low on the Callista, but all summoners available for that bottom side. It is going to be spotted out here. Axe does land. Karsa now going in with the Smite, is looking for it. Misses the Axe actually because the flash comes in. But they still are able to get a couple of summoners away from the AD carry of Ghost, and they're going to be able to push some of these turret plates as well.
And Damwon have pretty much lost control over this game so far. The Olaf is keeping up with the Nidalee, which is not something that you want to have happen. Canyon, he's going to start a random Rift Herald right now at 8 minutes exactly. Now, he's skipping all of his camps to do this. So, the thing is the way that Jungle EXP works... Okay, hold on.
Barrel Buddy, that's... okay. Oh! The Airy. That's why you take Airy.
Cat. That's it.
The cat's cat.
The cat's cat.
Cat squared.
Yeah.
Getting the job done. Just barely. And they do hand that kill over to Yanja in the bottom side. And that's pretty unfortunate. I mean, you were talking about the game kind of just falling away from Damwon Gaming, especially in the bottom lane. I mean, this is disaster for them as top esports are just making it look easy down there.
The thing is that it's not just a 700 gold deficit right now. It's the 700 gold deficit plus the fact that the enemy team outscales them, plus the fact that your Nidalee is behind. Now, the point I was about to make about the Rift Herald is that when you're not farming your jungle camps, you're not getting all of the XP, you're not causing the camps to respawn at a higher level faster, and so you're working against yourself to get the Herald. So even though you get that Rift Herald and you convert it into a couple of turret plates, in the end, you're stifling your own pace, basically, inside of the jungle. and how quickly you can keep accelerating, and the trade-off just isn't worth it. And so Damwon, it's been a couple of weeks, but not much has changed.
Yeah, that's kind of always been the story with Damwon. We do have that completed jungle item for Nidalee with the boots and actually an extra tome. I'm very curious to see how she's going to try to pull this game back with the Rift Herald that she does have. Will they just throw it down mid and try to get Showmaker a bunch of gold here on the Sylas? You can see he's struggling a little bit, down about 13 CS for now, but there's a wave coming in tonight at the same time. So definitely he's feeling the pain for now. Top lane, not too much better for the side of Damwon. 369 just locking it down. He's ahead on CS. He's got the kill.
And Showmaker is ahead a little bit in the XP department. Infernal Drake is coming up in a minute and a half. We'll have to see who ends up winning that one. The bot lane, obviously, very good right now for TES. Karsa has lost a little bit of control as he is continuing to get back onto his farming ways. And really doesn't have any camps up, so the CS gap. Ooh, it's a nice arrow by Jackie Love.
Yeah, he's got the completed item already. They were considering trying to lock down this Infernal Drake that is coming up second here, but still a while before that does come in. They're looking to try to bait Knight, but Karsa, look at his positioning. Seems to know that this is happening. Another nice trade goes down onto Showmaker. And now it's kind of Damwon looking awkward as their plan does not work out. Their heist of some of the mid lane turret plates going to have to be delayed. But still trying to control the area around this Infernal Drake. That's going to land, actually. As the red smite comes in, but again, it's LeBlanc, so it's not exactly the easiest champion to lock down for in Italy. As Knight is really taking control of that mid lane, as you would expect.
And it looks like Damwon want to start up this dragon. Showmaker going to be the first one to base, has the teleport available. Knight does not.
A little bit of a trade up here. You can see that 369 is trying to get on in there. Does he have the damage that Bramblevest really doing work to deny a bunch of that passive healing that does come out from the Aatrox in the trade? It was a good start to the trade, but couldn't lock down the kill. And at the same time, Damwon just going to say, okay, Knight backed. We're going to take the Infernal Drake, and we're going to put down the Rift Herald in the mid lane uncontested. So Showmaker going to pick up a bunch of that gold, be able to get a decent back.
And, well, Ghost is just trying to sort of hang on down there in bot lane. It's down 23 CS, also down 4 turret plates. That Varus is going to be massive once the mid-game transition does end up happening. And there's not going to be too much aid coming on the side of Damwon. Ornn does have a bit of Build-A-Bear workshop going on. Sort of choose your own adventure. Catalyst, Bramblevest, Bombies.
Okay,
and
Barrel.
Okay, Barrel.
Okay. Yeah, you're going up against Olaf Yumi, and they get the slow coming down here as well as the Undertow. He is going to have to cleanse that one. And it looks like finally top Esports boys are going to give up on the chase. But it doesn't mean that they're giving up on the copious amounts of gold that they are building up there, down on that bottom side advantage that they have built for themselves. Ooh, okay. Flash used here by 369. Not 100% sure if that was entirely necessary, but it is in Italy with 113 CS, plus you don't have much MR. So he says, okay, I'll respect it, I'll back away, that's fine. We're still winning on the bottom side.
And it looks like they're actually going to get a lot of damage onto this bot tier 2. Showmaker and Barrel are finally here. And TS really saying that they just want to get the turret.
Showmaker trying to go in there on a Jackie Love, but look at Beryl once again. He is going to be isolated, but that's a good trade. 80 carry for the support, and Flash has to be used from the side of Top Esports. And now Karsa is going to be locked down. This is going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Damwon Gaming, and the turret is still left available.
Yeah. So the turret didn't end up going down. If the turret went down, it would have been a much more balanced trade, but Damwon do get themselves some gold. They're keeping themselves in this game. They do have a gold advantage right now. They have the Infernal Dragon, but the problem is that Ornn's levels they're coming. And once that starts happening, he's going to hand over the Yumu's Wraithblade to Jackie Love. Yumi is even going to be able to get an ornament upgrade. Luden's Pulse going to be available for Knight most likely, unless he elects to go for the Death Cap route. And now we're going to probably have a bit of a stalled mid-game, given that Cloud Dragon is not the highest priority for either of these teams. And there should be a lot of downtime now as they're waiting on core completed items.
Yeah, just taking a look at the replay here. You can see that Showmaker, he was able to use the insane mobility that a Silas does have. I believe even still the abilities from the LeBlanc at the same time. And so he was able to dodge the Chains of Corruption. And Jackie Love was just left out to dry in a similar way as Beryl in the jungle. So they get that kill, and then the extra one onto Karsa. You can see that these LPL teams, they love to, take risks and get in your face, but sometimes it does backfire, as we did see it a bit there in that play.
1 minute until Cloud does come up. Beryl is... Yeah,
What's going on today?
I'm not really sure where or what he's trying to do. Ghost is just going to clear out that minion wave in mid.
Beryl looks lost on not a tank engaged support. I mean, we've seen him play a little bit more of these main supports, especially as the patches have changed, but he does not look like the same player that we're used to. Ornn ultimate going to be thrown down here. Looking for a potential dive. As you can see, they're not trying to rush down the turret health as that happens. They're looking for kills.
Yep.
Rather than just using the Ornn ult for zoning. If this was the LCK, I mean, it would just be, Ornn ult comes down, everybody autos the turrets and backs away when it's done. Not the same when it's LPL against LCK.
Now, interestingly enough right now, Damwon's actually ahead in the XP department. Ornn did just ding 12, but Nuguri's been 12 for a long time. 2 levels in the jungle, 1 in mid. And Yumi does have 1 level up over Karma. So I suppose there is some value going on there. Ornn is 1 level away from the ornaments coming online. And it looks like Damwon is just going to get this Cloud Drake for free.
Yeah, they get it for free for now, but the push is coming down in the mid lane. You can see that Damwon, though, are trying to push them off of this turret. Beryl, he doesn't have much life anymore, although a little level is going to help him out there. See, Karsa does look a little bit, squishy as only level 9. He has to Ragnarok to get away, and now the Chains of Corruption going to come down here on the 369. Knight in the back line, though, is going to use his entire kit on top of Beryl, but Nuguri way too separated here. As that's going to be a double kill now. Jackie Love is stacking up the kills, and Ghost able to get over the wall, but Knight is on the chase, and only more damage is going to be shelled out here by this Varus. That's going to be another kill going over the side of Top Esports as the Chains go down on the Showmaker to force a flash. And there you go. Finally, Top Esports able to turn a fight around.
And it really looks like there's a bit of purification happening here on the Rift in the last minute or so, as now Top Esports, they should be able to convert into a mid-tier 1 turret capture. Now, here's the really great thing. So, Damwon's been on the map for a really long time. Their champions are pooling a lot of gold. They feel like the time is now. They have to barrel down mid lane to sort of flip the coin here into the opponents. Now, when TES gets to sit back and relax with their Varus and sort of protect him and let him do the work, they're going to feel very happy. And they were very quick to turn this around onto Damwon, who had no business pushing forward the way that they did, and that was a very big swing back into TES's favor.
Absolutely. I mean, they get so many kills for their carries as well. It's not like the Yuumi picks up the spare kill down on the bottom side onto Beryl, who's already 0 and 2. It's not like that. It's Knight picks up 1. We got Jackie Love picking up 2 on the backside, and all that. Damwon hasn't changed much in the last 3 weeks. That we can say for sure, as they go way too far with the lead that they have. I understand they're trying to push it with the composition, but that wasn't really the time or the place to go for it. And now Top Esports handily in control of this game.
Ooh. Another arrow comes out, ends up chunking Ghost quite a bit. Now Canyon does still have a level advantage here against Olaf, and the fortunate thing about jungle EXP is that it sticks. Once you get an XP lead in the jungle, it's very, very hard for the opponent to ever really close that gap. So we'll see what ends up happening. Also here, the Olaf is opting for Black Cleaver, and even with the mage top and mid, or the magic damage coming in from mid and top, Varus is still 1,000. So any little bit of armor shred that you can give for the Varus with the undertows is still going to be valuable for setting him up for success. And 2 minutes until Cloud. So they might just wait for Ornn to get more of his items. He's probably very close to the Abyssal Mass. And probably also very close, likewise, to level 14. And that's a Yumu's Wraithblade.
Yeah. You can really feel the tides turning here. You saw Damwon trying to look for picks there with Showmaker, but on the other side, Top Esports, very balanced play, able to just, sit back on their heels for now, say, you can come into us, and we're just going to shell out a ton of damage into your face every time you do go for it. And Damwon kind of at a loss when Top Esports do play that kind of clean style. As, everybody just looking to back off, buy their items, prepare for the next fight. As that's a lot of damage from the 2 carries of Top Esports already.
45 seconds until the Cloud Dragon will end up coming up. And we'll see what this ends up meaning, if a team fight takes place or not. Ornn still not at that second ornament item yet. Not sure how close he is to level 14 either. But that's a very big break point. It might just be worth letting Damwon have this next dragon for free in favor of just continuing to scale up, but it doesn't seem like TES wants to do that.
Yeah. Second Damwon look to challenge them. Top Esports say, okay, bring it. We don't care. You were talking about XP leads sticking in the jungle. Well, Nidalee's damage is not sticking at all. The Yuumi's doing so much work. Every single time the poke comes out, the heal comes out immediately. And everybody on the side of Top Esports is full health. They also have that Ocean Drake, that one singular one that helps out just a little bit. On the back side of it, as, okay, 369, a little bit of an awkward spot, but he's very tanky. Showmaker looking to wrap around from the left side. He's got the Ornn Horn, but he is spotted all the way. Damwon attempt to burst down the Drake, but it's not going to happen. The real Ornn Horn will be used here to zone them out, but looking to get that flank. In comes Snuggery, and that is a huge amount of burst damage in AoE. They're going to be able to get one right off the bat here. 369, I feel, is saving his team right now, just trying to soak up the damage, but Showmaker isn't going to have it as he picks up the kill there on to the one player at TES. Now 369 once again trying to get in there, but Knight, he's trying to make something of this fight here. That's a double kill now, but he is still incredibly low. And he's gonna hop back and get a third one and get a heal to get out of this. But now finally Showmaker, can he do it? Doesn't look like it. Okay, the Zoomies come in once again. There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the player that is Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight, indeed, I guess.
I mean, I can't call him Knight anymore. He should be Sir Knight at this time. As Jakulov's coming back in, I don't know about that. Well, he does have the Yumi. As Nuggery kind of looks lost here on the Aatrox, not sure what to do against this much mobility. And I suppose, finally, the fight is going to close, as that was a very long extended one that now the 5-0 Knights.
That never should have happened.
Nope.
After this opening by Damwon, take a look at this Ornn ultimate by Showmaker. He ends up getting a 4-man knockup. Jackie Love goes down right away. Everyone running for the hills. And then all eyes on Knight in this team fight. Bruce Wayne himself as... okay, so he was out. He goes back in. Gets to 369. Goes in. Chains down onto Ghost, ends up killing him, bounces back with the distortion.
Look at Nuggery, he's like, what do I even do? The real answer is I think you gotta stay back on the areas where the LeBlanc would distort back to. But just a little bit too frazzled in that fight, as Sir Knight is feeling it after that fight. He's gonna pick up Majais. Definitely very good, he's got 10 stacks already. He's going to be doing crazy, insane amounts of damage.
And Ornn is 14 at this point. I'm not sure if he's given over an ornament item yet. He has. He gave over the Illuden's Pulse to Bruce Wayne here. 2 minutes until the next Cloud Drake comes up. And just a lot of posturing here in mid lane. And is that a Leandri's on Showmaker?
Oh.
I do believe my eyes are not deceiving me right now. This is a LCK player about to build a Leandri's Torment.
Don't you think there is some, you know, there should be a case made for a Morelos up against the Yuumi? I mean, yes, LeBlanc was doing insane amounts of damage in the fight, and the crazy plays that he was able to pull off were just that. But having the Yuumi behind him every single time with no heals that are denied, it's pretty insane.
How about if Aatrox or Kalista gets an Executioner's Calling?
I mean, that's obviously another choice,
rather
right?
than the mid laners sink 3,000 gold. I think that would definitely be a bit more appropriate.
Especially because there's so much MR on, you know, 2 or 3 of the members on the side of TES already. So you don't really want to go into Morelos at this point. You'd love to get, you know, 4th item Void Staff, you'd have to imagine. Or the Silas.
Well, we'll see what Showmaker does end up building. He also has 9 Darksteel stacks, so there's even an argument to pick up Magi's Soul Stealer.
The Holy Book.
The Holy Book, yes. The Bible, some might call it.
Not the forbidden one.
As 35 seconds now until the Cloud Dragon comes up. This is 2 and 2 for each side respectively. And this next team fight is really just going to probably swing the game into either team's favor to the point where they should be able to close it, because whoever reigns victorious in this fight probably gets Baron as well.
Oh, hello. Knight's trying to get on in there. The Yuumi ultimate was a little bit, I don't want to call it desperate. It was just like too little too late. They were going to go for that. I think you use it right away. Force Canyon to flash. Still a nice little chunk onto the Nidalee. Her heal's not doing nearly as much as the Yuumi in this game. Just a lot of posturing. You see Nuggery's got a nice little position there on the right side for a flank that could come out here. Showmaker is going to throw that one out. They want to collapse here onto Jackula. He just disappears just like that. And they're going to get the Yuumi as well. As Knight is going to get into the fight, but it's not going to be enough damage to take out Beryl. The shield's too large. That's going to be a couple of kills already onto the bottom line. The bottom lane here of Top Esports is now they're looking at the Baron. Our Damwon Gaming here, 5-on-3. I think it's really going to be up to Knight to pull some kind of miracle off here. Karsa, though, he does have Smite and Flash, so there is that as well. We're going to lock down Knight, but 369 helping out. as well as a couple of distortions to get him to safety. Trying to look for Showmaker now, but that's a Silas. Even with the Ignite, that's not going to be enough damage, but here comes the TP coming on in, and the double knockup as well as Peril is going to go down. Damwon Gaming are going to lose this as Top Esports get in. Karsa gonna steal that one away, and they're going over the wall at the same time. 369, oh, okay. See you later, that's Avaris. That's why he is so prioritized in these drafts, as Top Esports say, man, you just can't play at the pace as us. We're an LPL team, we're gonna lock you down.
And Damwon, in traditional Damwon fashion, does get a little bit overeager inside of the game. They end up getting very punished for it. They lose the Baron, they're gonna lose the Cloud Dragon as well. That's gonna bring the game to sole point for TES. And Nuggery looking like he wants to get a little bit cheeky here with Jackie Love. And he's gonna find an Ornn. Yeah,
well, okay, he's gonna die.
Of what is good.
I don't, there wasn't really much for me to say there. Yes, the opposite of excellent play coming out of Nuggery. He's feeling the pain in this one, as the Aatrox, outside of trying to help the fake Ornhorn from the Silas get, bunch people up in the Cloud Drake fight previously, he really hasn't done anything in this game.
The thing is, without Aatrox, it's very hard for Damwon to team fight.
Okay.
Ornn is a bit of a unit.
He's got to be careful though. With the Yuumi on top of him, he's still going to go down. We do have the Karma disappearing. I mean, she's another champion in this game that we really haven't seen much of.
Yeah. And TES, they have the option to rotate down towards bottom. Aatrox is about to respawn in 1 second. Karsa did manage to push this wave all the way into the bottom tier 3 turret. They're going to end up raising that for free. And everyone must have so much gold on reset. Also, Knight is going for Rabadon's Death Cap as his next item. He also currently has 18 Magi stacks, so that's going to be pretty impressive. This was the fight that got it all started. Ornhorn landing with a bullseye into a Baron attempt here. Showmaker goes out onto Knight. Flash goes off.
Yeah.
And you can just really see that Damwon, they're on a clock and they don't have enough damage to get the Baron low enough. But it's a Callista, so why Nidalee didn't smite and line up the Ren sooner is a little bit confusing, but maybe the stacks just weren't there yet.
Yeah, you have to imagine. I mean, it was a very messy Baron fight. It wasn't like they were all just trying to lay down the damage and take down the Baron. That delay was part of the reason why they didn't take it there. 369 doing a good job of tanking up a lot of the damage. Maybe didn't have to stay in that long, but certainly did a good job zoning them out and taking out the inhibitor on the top side now.
And 5,000 gold lead right now for TES. Death Cap has been completed for Knight.
Okay. Karsa, he decides he's going to use his flash instead of the Ragnarok. He's going to save that one as Nuggery. There it does come in. And so, yeah, he forces it, but there's 3 members of Damwon out of position. So you can say, see you later to your inhibitor. Top Esports say, yeah, well, thank you very much. That is fantastic. Into the back line once again. This time, Yuumi does ultimate right at the beginning here. Nuggery looking for the flank, but he doesn't have flash, he doesn't have ultimate. And Ghost doesn't exist anymore. As coming on in, they are going to miss that one. Well, they hit Barrel on the backside, as okay, able to flash away. But really, the Rift is all Top Esports'. I mean, they can do pretty much anything they want. They're pushing on in and are looking to end this game here at 35 minutes.
Yeah. And it's looking like they should just be able to pretty easily. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, Ignite. Okay, yeah. Cool.
That's a cool ability. The damage coming out right now from Knight is insane.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's got a nearly fully stacked Magi's. He is just taking names. And was all because of that incredible play in the mid game that he was able to get to this position. How about Legendary? Feels pretty fitting right now. That's a double kill. How about a third one? No? Okay. Not just yet. They're gonna take it slow and take down the Nexus here. Damwon Gaming getting a little bit too ahead of themselves, perhaps even underestimating top esports after a decent early game. And then TES say, well, hey man, we were in the finals of the LPL. See you later. You are not gonna fight us here in this game. As they will pick up the second game here in LPL. It's not the Rift Rivals, I should say top esports gain a win for themselves as an individual team, and a very nice way to do it as well.